Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Hey guys. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Alex. You're back.
Hi.
Hello.
Wow, so
Everyone's
exciting.
coming in.
New screens come in.
What do we, Mike, will you run the presentation and I'll talk over?
Yeah, do you have problems with the slides?
Yeah, I have problems with the slides and sharing these up here.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
It's fine.
Then I'll...
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You are most welcome to turn your cameras on if you feel like it. Hello, Nora. Hello.
Hola.
Hola, hola.
Hola.
Oh, it's so nice.
Hello from Freiburg, Germany.
Hello.
Hello.
Einen guten Tag.
Hallo Mike.
Hallo, grüß dich.
So cool to see familiar faces. Oh, how exciting is it?
Very international.
Oh, yeah. The magic of online, isn't it? Has to have a benefit. So, hi, Roxana. So, hello, everybody, and thank you. Given the current situation on this pandemic thing and all the virtual, events that are happening, we are feeling so happy and so excited to see like so many people, actually subscribe to the event and are here today. So we really appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, welcome. Today we are co-hosting this event. We are like two teams together. We have Mike and Alex from Copenhagen. Say hi, guys. Yeah, they are like founders or co-founders of 33A. So this studio is most likely the only AI design firm, and it's located in Copenhagen, and it's helping teams in organization develop their AI use cases, making them work together as a team and making them bring this AI concept to life. And then we have Shortcut team. Say hello, guys.
Hey.
And we are also an innovation studio specialized in the design sprint methodology. And yeah, the magic of online brought us together for this event. So what today will happen, what we prepare for you guys, we will have at the beginning a short questionnaire just to know or to give Mike and Alex an idea about what you already know about AI, right? About the level, let's say, so as they can adapt their speech and their storytelling to your needs. Then we will have, of course, a networking session, so as you can meet interesting people here. And then Alex and Mike will give us a presentation about the potential AI may have for our organization, and we'll also facilitate a super nice, I loved it, a workshop mixing AI and design thinking. And yeah, and we will have also some space for Q&A, and that's it. We have 1 hour and a half to go. So yeah, there we go. Let's start with the questions, if you like, so as to give Mike and Alex some context. Marcos, maybe you can launch some. Yeah, so we prepare like 3 multiple choice easy questions, right? The first one is, how much focus is there on AI in the organization you are in at the moment? Just think on your everyday life. So 0 is no focus, on 5 it's like it's driving all our tech decisions. Your time.
Can everybody see the questions there? Now I start receiving some answers. Okay.
Yes, something's happening.
Yeah, fine.
You let me know, Marcos, if I'm ready to go with the second one, okay?
We have 11 answers already.
Okay.
So let's wait a bit more.
Okay. any questions or any problem, you can just drop a line on the chat.
14 have voted. Come on, people. Okay, last 30 seconds. Okay, last 10 seconds, and I will close the poll. Okay, so share the results, and probably you can see there. Idoia, can you see the results?
Yes, I can. So Mike, Alex, you can also see it about the focus about on AI they are giving in the organization they are actually in. Let's say something medium, right? Let's go deeper to know about the whys, yeah, behind it. So the second question would be, have you ever actually explored the potential AI can bring to your company? 0 would be like not at all, and the 5 would be like, yeah, very much. Okay.
You cannot see the results of the second question, Idoia?
No, not yet. Can you?
Maybe if you scroll down, you will see them, I think.
Okay. No, you can just speak loudly yourself. Yeah, I can't see them.
No? Okay. So we have, for the second question, we have you ever explored the potential of artificial intelligence can bring to your company? And we have 25% of the people who has no contact with that. And then with 1, 2, and 3, we have the other 50% of the people. And to conclude, we have what is your biggest challenge in artificial intelligence adoption and innovation? And 50% of the people has voted for knowledge, and 58 vote for processes. So those are the 2 more important innovation challenges. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like those would be like the barriers of what they are actually stopping them from exploring the AI potential fully in their companies, right? So we are lucky we have Mike and Alex here then to help us with that. Great. So what about a networking session then? It's so hard for me to talk to people when, you know, there are not feedbacks coming back. It feels weird. But okay, let's go to the networking then. What we are proposing now is we will have like little groups, as usual, everybody knows about them, to tell your partner, like who you are, of course, but also about the technologies you use in your innovation processes, like how you face the innovation processes today in your company and which are the technologies you are using. Okay, let's have like a little chat. We can invest like 10 minutes on that, and then everybody will be back to listen to Mike and Alex. Okay, can you Marcos, like create the...
Yeah, we are going to randomly create the breakout rooms. So you will be 2 or 3 people per room, and you will see that after 10 minutes, you will be back to the main room. Okay, so enjoy your conversation. Right. Okay, so let's go.
Thank you. You're nice people. So yeah, how's it going so far? Everybody happy? Energy up? Yeah. Okay. So today the best is still the best is to come. So now I give like the microphones to Mike and Alex. So just a short description about them. I think some of you already know them, but yeah, we talk about the co-founders of 33A, or at least Mike is, And Mike, I think, has an extensive experience transforming businesses through AI. And I think it's super, super interesting and has a lot of potential what he's trying to do, that is mixing human-centric methodologies with a technology like AI that actually people or regular people like me are sometimes, scared about. It's like, oh, this is something I don't know about, So he's like working hard in showing the potential AI might have to regular people, to teams. And he's using design sprints in this case to do that. And Alex is co-founder of Linkfire, correct me if I say it wrong, and the former CEO of Help.R as well. And he has recently joined 33A, Mike, to bring some business strategy and marketing point of view, right, Alex?
Yes, correct.
So there you go. The stage is all yours. You can go ahead.
Great. Well, Mike, are you able to rig up some presentations? Yeah, I'm as introduced there, joined 33A in October last year. Unfortunately, Jonas can't be with us today. He was, so I'm standing in for him today. And I thought we'd just run through this presentation briefly, quick background about us and a quick high level overview. And then Mike will dive a little bit deeper into some of the offerings that we've got and how we structure them. So where's a good place to start? Basically trying to put ourselves into the context of time. Mike, if you want to flick.
Yes.
Yes. So where are we today in terms of time and in terms of technology and in terms of what the future holds? I think it's always important to keep an eye on something like this because we are at a tipping point, we're on a cusp, and we're hitting sort of a tsunami based on the growth of computing power, the platforms that have been growing, and now this insane explosion of data. I mean, to give you an example, I think one of the last things I heard was 80% of all computing data was generated in the last 18 months. So it's not just going quicker, it's going exponentially quicker. So yeah, no question about it, that this is happening. It's a big thing, it's a big responsibility. It's going to transform jobs, businesses, and societies. And businesses are having to wake up and they see that that they need to be aware and they need to take actions in regards to this. But at the same time, there's this emerging gap between the sort of domain experts on the business side and the data AI experts on the technical side. And this confusion, as they're working with their digital transformation efforts, we're beginning to see it. I mean, some companies don't know where to start, the small SMEs. Some companies have embarked on initiatives, but then they've turned out to be unsuccessful and they've burnt their fingers and they're trying to reorganize the pieces. Other companies have spent a lot of dollars cleaning up and structuring their data. It's got to be pure, but now they've got it, they really don't know how to leverage it or exactly where to go with it. So some of these issues stem from, I think, these issues are stemming from because we traditionally consider AI as a form of technology-centered, or we see this as a technology-centered perspective. This is why so many AI solutions are tech-driven. And we believe that AI applications must be human-driven, not tech-driven. And that's why we're married design and sprint thinking or design thinking into this AI space. So we can see more that the different people need to be included at an earlier stage of an AI initiative to increase the chances of a proper solution.
Am I too fast with the slides?
Yeah, you're a bit too fast, Mike. Yeah, maybe I should nod or something. Yeah, so basically the challenge there to bridge this gap, the challenge was really Jonas and Mike developed the AI design sprint. And yeah, of course, you guys are going to have a taste from it a little bit later. But Mike, if you flick, I think this quote sums up really quite well what we're all about. We want teams to ideate, we want teams to prototype, we want teams to come together around a common framework and something that joins this business side, the human side, and the technology side. That's what we really believe is missing to pull people and skills and share knowledge together. So a quick, super overview. Knowledge, well, obviously, overview of the state of AI. Companies don't really, it's a complex space. And we've tried to simplify that through the cards. We have 9 categories of AI. We have 62 technologies within those categories. And we have over 200 case studies that the customers can tap into and get an overview of. Obviously, there's problem solving. Where is the potential in your organization? Where are the hotspots that you need to find? The fun part, the creative part that's going to give companies a competitive edge. The biggest issue is alignment, not just in terms of problem solving, but also in terms of direction and having a North Star. Then, of course, we've got this proof of concept that needs to be aligned as well. We offer rapid prototyping as part of these creative solutions. And then there's no point in doing all this without having a proper plan to move forward. So we also offer that through our network and through our own data scientists.
And of course, we also build it.
Yeah, exactly. So what does it look like? I mean, AI Design Sprint, what does it look like? This is what it looked like, not so long ago. And it was great to be hands-on. Big paper canvases, classic.
People are happy.
Yes. And yeah, we could actually look each other in the eye properly. But going from small companies, board of directors, small groups, innovation departments, all the way up to, I think the bottom right there is 800 adults, 100 kids, and 13 schools, all doing a robotic design sprint. It was quite a mental one. So that was what it was before. Those days, yeah, I hope they come back soon because it was good fun. So now we've adapted like a lot of other people, made it online. We've obviously tried to keep it pretty agnostic so it can work on a lot of different customers' platforms or whatever technology platforms they're working on to communicate. And yeah, you'll get a little bit of a taster of this one later on. And then, yeah, next one, Mike. Yeah, this is a quick layout of everything that we've run in what we call a process automation sprint. And yeah, you'll everything like everybody is now, we're online 100%. And then I think one of the greatest things was our good colleague has also given us the thumbs up for the next slide, Mike. That's, yeah, I'm sure a lot of you in this space know who Jake Knapp is, and we're just really humbled that he likes what we're doing, period. So that was a quick run through and a quick overview. I think Mike will now show you how we organize our different sprints and how they fit into the canvas or the cross-section of a company's structure or departments. Okay, over to you, Mike. Thank you.
Yes. Ta-da. Okay, so if you're looking at a company, then the company consists of, I know, the leadership of the company. Then on the other one side is the organization, all the people working there. And on the other side, there's the products and services. Hopefully, yes, that's how they make business, the company. And so if you want to apply AI, we look at all parts of the company. So one thing is we have here this opportunity mapping on top, and on the left we have process automation, and on the right side AI Design Sprint focusing on the products and services. And I'm just introducing a little bit more in the coming slides those parts. Heart of it is the AI cards. The AI cards are, oh, here's also a nice slide. They're actually physical cards. That's how it started out. Now they're digital cards. It has a front side and a back side. There are cases on it. Yes, so it says 9 categories, 64 cards, a lot of super cases. The purpose of the cards is to help teams or participants who have, of course, usually no background of AI or technology, to make them smart about AI. And it's not necessary that you understand the technical, like under the hood stuff. You just need to know what can you do with AI, and the cards are the tool for that. Then we come here to this AI opportunity mapping. The AI opportunity mapping looks at a company from the super helicopter level and spots opportunities. And there we also look at your organization and the products. And at the end, it looks like a heat map. And so the result is an AI heat map of your organization. And we and we developed that because we saw that AI projects are started, I know, nearly by accident. So there's not a systematic way to know where is it best to start, what is most important, which place to start. And so we developed this way, so there's a systematic way as a team to know where to start. Then we are looking at the process automation. And this is actually what we are also doing in the exercise, process automation. And here we have this super German Hans Christian Boos. And of course, that's pretty amazing to think about that you could like automate 80% of your company, those processes, especially in times of crisis. That would be super helpful. How it looks like a little bit, the AI design sprint in a more detail. It looks like this, that we have a framing session where we frame. We look here at a department and find which processes or where do we focus on within this department. Then the whole team comes together in the concept development session. That is where usually the whole team from the client is part of it. And today, yes, here the little square. This is the part where we are looking at our little exercise, because this is where we look at the process and we match them with AI technology. And then the other two parts is that the AI expert takes those concepts, looks at the IT department, makes a tech check. And yes, then we can also build the first prototype, a technical prototype. Okay, and yes, this could, the technical prototype could look like this. Okay, and then products and services. Here we can either look at the existing products and services of a company and basically like simplified, formulated, add AI to them and transform them and really improve them dramatically. Or we can start from scratch and look at user needs and develop new products and services which are AI based. Then looking at, so who are the people participating usually at an AI design sprint? Yeah, very different people. And that's actually also the purpose. The purpose is to give all stakeholders a voice. And usually that is decision makers, the regular employees who are doing those processes, and so on. So the AI design sprint is actually a tool to bring all of them together to work together. And then it's Alex's turn again.
Well, yeah, so we get asked all the time, do you train, do you facilitate, do you coach, what do you do? So we basically have two sides. We obviously, we facilitate, companies can hire us in, we come in and run, depending on what the framing is of their situation, or helping them frame their situation. And we train. We have innovation departments or departments inside companies or leaders inside companies that want this in as part of their cultural change, as part of a new way of working, especially remotely. So it's used internally in companies, and also we have consulting companies that find this beneficial to also translate the language between the business side and the tech side, and involve the common genius of people that are working in the company.
Yeah, so we would like to see a lot of AI design sprints out there running.
Next one. Some of the companies we've worked with, bang, bang, bang. I think we've done nearly, from what I understand from Jonas and Mike, around 200 sprints in over 15 countries so far. And then, yeah, we also once in a while, especially during these COVID times and lockdown times, did this great little thing. It was actually Mike's idea, called the AI Robot Sprint for Kids. So if you have kids, let us know. And next one we run, we can book you in or let you know when it's going on. But on the right there is what my favorite that came out of it is a homework solver. Put your homework in and it comes out complete.
Made by AI.
Yeah, I think it's great. So that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, thank you from both of us. And yes, feel free to fire away. And I hope you enjoy a little bit of a hands-on taster shortly.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you,
Sharing.
Mike, for this presentation. Seems that some people is very excited about the robots, so maybe that is the
Yes.
is the best of the presentation. I'm sure that many kids or us, when we were kids, would have been happy to have one of those. Huh? Okay, so let's start with the questions, because I believe that the practicing with this is going to be super exciting and very nice to do it. So let's make these questions quick. Ben, we have a question from Nora. She's asking if you are planning to bring the AI design sprint to the Global Virtual Design Sprint 6.
Maybe.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, Nora can explain what the Global Virtual Design Sprint is as well.
Yeah, Nora, do you want to? Yeah.
Well, that's where I met Merche and Idoia is in, when was that, October 2018?
I don't remember.
Something?
2019.
I facilitated for them. It's a global community run by Robert Scrobe from Dallas Design Sprints, and you sign up, and each time there's, he's changing it up, but it's a really great opportunity to meet some fabulous professionals and work together on some problems. And so you can put a problem forward that you want to work on. And this is something I haven't seen people bring. In the past, they've been kind of vague and related to education, but it would be nice to have something like this. And I think many people would want to join it.
No, super cool.
Is that a good explanation?
Yeah, no, perfect. No, and I know him, like, I know Robert very well. So yeah, we just have to hook up and arrange something.
Yeah, it's GVDS 6 is happening in May.
Okay.
Do you want the link?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I just have to talk with him again.
Okay.
Because he's really cool to really push the design sprint.
Okay, so it's not really asking many questions. I don't know if someone would like to, maybe instead of writing it on the chat box, maybe to open the microphone and participate. But while they are asking more questions, I would like to ask you a bit about the mapping, the opportunity mapping, because that part is not completely clear for me. How is that part of the process being run? You are having all the members or everybody that will participate on the sprint later are taking part of this mapping, or how exactly it works? What is the setup that we need for that mapping?
Yeah, so the purpose is to the purpose is you have this helicopter view, and sometimes it is that the department approaches us and says, okay, I'm interested in, I know, my marketing department or whatever, HR department, but sometimes it's, of course, also a whole organization, a whole company, and they're just curious, okay, so what's the impact of AI on our organization. And that's then where the opportunity mapping comes in, the AI opportunity mapping session. So here we don't look at one department, we just look at a whole organization, at a whole company, and map that. And there it is, the purpose is not to develop specific concepts. The purpose is here to find those like hotspots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But who is pointing those hotspots? It's a work that you do all together with the people.
Exactly, that's actually the client is doing it. So we always like to enable the client actually to develop the solutions, and this is also the same with AI opportunity mapping. It's the client who is like filling out the map and finding those hotspots. So what we do is there we are on this helicopter level of the company, and we are also on helicopter level when it's about technology. So when we are there talking about AI technology, we are just talking about not all the specific single AI technologies, but we're talking about the categories. We ordered AI into 7, 8, 9 categories, and then we matched that with the organization, with the mapped organization there. Yes, and it's really the usually it's the leadership of the company, and they're just really developing themselves, and that means there's like a high buy-in, of course. You don't want to have an external coming and telling you what to do or what's your solution, but when the client develops his solution himself, perfect, then they are super excited. And they would like to, and then they bring really a speed into this project, and they really want to move also forward quickly. So yeah, usually they're very, very excited.
Okay, great. Because sometimes you can find within the same organization people who is not really willing to participate on these kind of things, or you have some people that is not completely okay with that. Another question, I think that we have time for another question, Idoia.
Yes, we have actually many on the chat, so you have plenty to choose from. We can have 2 more, I guess. It's cool to, yeah, we have time.
Okay, I didn't see them.
Yeah, there is something.
Roxana is asking, for example, what are the most common challenges about implementing the artificial intelligence in companies?
Nothing. No, I think usually like why do AI projects fail is because you don't talk with all stakeholders, you don't bring them all in, and that's really why we created the AI Design Sprint, to really have them develop the solution, and everyone, all the stakeholders have a voice, and that's really yes, makes sure that the AI project is also really successful. And then, so if the future users are creating their own solution, they're then also most likely also using it later on. So yes, so I think with an AI Design Sprint, I don't see any barriers. Do you, Alex?
Yeah, I was actually having this chat earlier with Joanna from Portugal. It's not just a process thing. This is what we were touching on. I think a lot of companies miss that. They miss a framework. They miss the right structure to bring these people together, so they have a common page to work from. But it's also a cultural thing. different companies have different company cultures and different ways of adopting change. And so it falls into change management. And now with everything moving remotely, we're even having to adapt, not just change management in an organization, but adapt it internationally and digitally. So there are a few hurdles, and I think the AI Design Sprint is just one good step in getting a common framework or common ground to actually bridge this gap.
Yeah, to bring those people together and to have them like work together with AI experts and have conversations on really eye level with them.
It's a very good excuse to get together the right stakeholders as early in the thinking process as possible. The earlier you get everybody together to the source of whatever it is that needs to be discussed or challenged, that needs to be picked up on, that's another issue, is get people around the table early.
Yeah. If you really think about, so what's the super hurdle is, I think right now everyone's a little bit doesn't know really what AI is and is a little bit afraid. I think they should just join an AI design sprint then. I think, yeah, because in the design sprint, AI design sprint, people are getting smarter about AI. And they are taking actually first steps and action steps towards, okay, so how could we use that actually in our case? And how does it, what would it do in our company or in my department? So it's really this learning by doing also. So instead of listening to, I don't know, big courses or whatever, it's while you're developing AI concepts for your company, you're also getting smarter about AI.
Bingo.
Cool. If if you fancy that, guys, we can maybe jump into the hands-on session, and we can keep the rest of the questions in the chat for later on, because we will have another Q&A session at the end. So yeah, let's secure first the timing for the hands-on session that I think is the best. So yeah, let's go for it then. You can share, Mike, maybe the link in the chat, and you can explain the people what they should expect from there.
Okay, yes.
I can share it again, don't worry, Mike.
Yeah, okay.
Are you sharing this, the link?
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the link is very unique, but okay, maybe I'll share also my presentation, because then in the presentation, I'm actually also explaining what's happening. 1 second. Share screen again.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Ta-da! Okay, welcome to the super exercise. Yes, and in the exercise, so this exercise, the goal or the purpose of this exercise is that you experience. So we are always about like less talking, more, okay, hands-on, learning by doing, experiencing it. So you experience in this exercise at least the mechanic of the AI design sprint. And we already marked in this process picture like where the exercise a little bit sits. And you will actually look at a process step or work process step. You will work on an example. We are looking at the HR department, and you will improve one work process step with AI tonight. Ta-ta. Okay, and it works like this. You would click on this link in the chat. So if everyone has clicked on this link, then you will be guided to this board here. And the magic thing is each of you will have this board, and it's your individual board. So you're not working in teams tonight. You're just so many. So So you individually have this board, and I will guide you, and we will have 5 activity steps to our AI concept. Okay, again, if you click on the link, you will see this here, and then you would write your first name and click this green button, and then you're in, and you should see this here. Is everyone's kind of seeing the same as in the presentation? That is very good. Then we have a little small exercise to just like get familiar with the navigation and thing like that. Yes, I see a thumb up. So the first exercise would be you would go on this Post-it and you would write here it was Peter who wrote his name on it. And then you would...
Sorry to interrupt, Mike. It seems some of the people say it's blank board. They see a blank board.
They see a blank board.
Yeah. Reload it. Yeah. Can be like it's refreshing, or can be like something to do with the
yes
Firefox, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah, if it's blank, or sometimes it's like unsharp, then you just have to zoom close, and then it will load.
Okay.
Maybe then it's just the internet connection.
Okay. Yeah. Some people say it's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if some people see it, that's a good sign.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. So you would just go closer and write your name on a Post-it to make sure, okay, I can write on a Post-it and I can move objects. So you would take this Post-it and move it to the right. And you have a minute to do that. Clock is ticking. Has everyone done it? Yes. Okay, super. Then you're ready to go for the real exercise. Okay, so on the top, you see the process a little bit. So you see it sketched, and because it's just like an exercise, we just sketched the process into 3 little pictures. And underneath, there's a description what happens in those pictures. But okay, the overall process is we are in the HR, in human resource, and the human resource employee, his task is candidate screening. And for candidate screening, what he has is as input to his process is he gets a lot of applications. So he's gathering all the applications. And to the right, what comes out of his process, screening process, is he will have a list of the right people to invite for an in-person interview. And today, there are many steps in this process. One step is, and we mark this here with this red dot. This is the process step we are improving. So the employee reviews the candidate's social media accounts. So he has then went through all the applications, boiled them down, has maybe still a long list, but shorter. And now he will check the social media accounts to just cross-check. Okay, yes. So we are here. So I'm just explaining a little bit, and then actually will be the hands-on action. So we are focusing on this one process step. Usually when we look at process, we have actually 8 pictures small steps. Okay, then we are looking at the AI technology, and we divided the AI technology in categories. And when you're looking at this screen on the left side, you see those AI cards, and they have different colors. And here, those colors represent different categories. So the first category is AI finds and sorts the most relevant information. The second AI category is, and in the AI, in those categories are usually 6 to 8 specific AI technologies. AI understands the past and present, or makes, gets insights out of data. The third one is AI performs simple tasks. That means like book the flight and so on. AI sees is the next one. Then AI creates. So AI sees and talks. AI creates. AI optimizes complex processes. AI predicts the future. And the last one is controlling machines, robots, and vehicles. And it has a systematic or a logic behind it. It starts with technically rather simple, and it increases in difficulty. So the task right now is you have 5 minutes time. You would go through the cards on the left side and pick the cards where you think you could use this card to improve this process step, and you would move that and put that card underneath the post-its. So you would have now 5 minutes time, and the clock is running. I don't have a clock actually, but it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, we can do it maybe in, yeah, I will do it.
We'll just. So while we are looking on the left side, so you could look through the cards. The cards has a headline, but then on the right side of the card, that's actually usually the back side of the card, there are some cases which, I give a little bit background or explain a little bit more this AI technology. Okay, I think it's now 4 minutes time. Usually we also have funky music playing.
I can sing maybe now.
Yes.
No way.
Okay, so you would go to the left and pick the card or those cards where you think, oh, I could actually use this card to help my human resource employee checking the applicant's social media accounts. I think it's probably pretty boring task. I think the human resource employee is happy for some help. So what is the time? Maybe 3 minutes time, huh? So how does everyone is feeling? So basically, yeah, you are able to move things around because you moved around the post-it, and then it's just about zooming in and zooming out.
I think some people were confused because they might be used to use Mural or Miro, and then they were asking if they are the only ones in this board.
Yes, yes, you're the only one. You own your board. There's no one else disturbing you there. but that also means you're the only one who creates the solution.
They also say that Johnny says he cannot read the copies because they are pixeled.
Then you have to zoom in very close,
Yeah.
and then the image loads.
Yeah, I did that and it worked.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. Yes. Okay, again, of course, this is just a selection of cards because we are just having, usually we have 62, 68 cards in a real AI design sprint. Yeah, to just do it quickly in a little exercise, we kind of pre-selected some cards. So how's the time? Is kind of 1 minute, one minute left.
I believe that we are already 5
ready
minutes
to move on.
already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You're not only sprinting, you're just, I know, flying here.
Right.
Okay, then there is the Joker card. So if you have something in your mind where you think, okay, I didn't find it in the cards, and it's not time travel or some other thing which completely doesn't work, but everything else might work. So you could use this Joker card and put a Post-it on it and write down how you would use this. And you have for this 3 minutes time. So time travel and teleportation, no, everything else goes. And the time is running.
If something is not clear, just, you can unmute yourself and ask, or in the chat as well. Don't be shy.
Yes. So it should look like this. You have a couple of cards there, and maybe you found a way to use the Joker or not. Is everyone ready to move on? Usually we lift the arm. Yes. Maybe
Yes.
we move on. And so the next step is you move the 3 most important cards down. So you prioritize your selected AI cards and the Joker. So move the 3 most important ones 1 step down.
So to the second step, right?
Exactly. Yes. Right. And the time is running. It's only 2 minutes time. The time is ticking here. Is everyone ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So you move the 3 cards down. These are your 3 most important cards. These are the cards, the AI technology you will use to improve this one process step. Then take this, you have this Post-it, write in on this Post-it how you would use this. How would you use those 3 AI technologies? Write this in 1 sentence, and you have 3 minutes time to write the sentence. And go.
Would you have an example maybe to inspire them? Like,
for example, here this reads and summarizes the most relevant insights from the reports.
okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
As an example, really simple sentence like. And you would probably already have something in your mind because while you move the 3 cards down, you would probably have something already. There was a reason you chose those 3 ones. So if you have that already in mind, just put that on paper. So how could you use now your 3 selected AI cards to improve the process step? This poor human resource employee. Okay, are we ready for the next step? Has everyone written a sentence?
Yeah, I think some of the feedback that is coming is like, yeah, people are struggling maybe to, read, understand, and follow. Maybe, yeah, the cards, like understanding what they mean, but they are getting there.
Okay, we're a little bit too fast.
Could be like, yeah, or maybe you read the cards for them, so as we can go on the same speed. Everybody could help, but otherwise it's going perfect.
Okay, cool. But if everyone has written down a sentence about their 3 cards, that's already a super step. That's actually already the concept formulation. Then we're going to the last step. The last step is always to visualize your concept. That looks a little bit crazy. It's maybe also technically, you have to kind of see whether you can, it's a little bit maybe challenging here on this platform. You have to kind of see, but basically it's, you would look at the original sketch of that process step, and you would check, okay, what would change there? Did you replace the person? Then you would maybe remove the hands from the laptop, or maybe here in this case it's the person is not being replaced, but you would put maybe something on the screen according to the solution you wrote down. So you would create a new sketch, and time is already running. So how could this sketch look like? And then it looks already very good. You created a concept. You have a concept description. You visualized your concept. You actually improved one process step within the screening process in HR. So are we ready? How's everyone doing with the sketching?
I think everybody is really busy. Things are going really fast.
Okay. No stress. But of course, it's always, yes, it is a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
We are a little bit fast, but yes.
And then I think there are some members of the Design Sprint community, as you saw, and we are used to share the board with others, and we are, and I think that's a different way of approaching it this time. So, at the beginning was a bit of, hey, what's happening here? Thing.
Yeah.
We are getting there.
Of course, this whole board is first new, and the platform is new. So yeah. But yeah, so usually we also use other platforms, but this platform just allows us to have one link, so everyone individually has a board. So that's why we chose this platform for the meetup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we go to? Is everyone feeling kind of fine?
Can you maybe just, maybe it's only me, but can you just share what they should have now in front of them? Like, what should have they achieved by now? What I expect to have ready?
Okay, yeah. So you should have gotten some of the cards over placed underneath the post-it. You should have selected the 3 most important cards. You should have then written down in a sentence how you would use those 3 cards in a sentence on a post-it. And maybe if you're the super digital wizard on this platform, you could have redrawn or made a little sketch which shows your solution. How does the user interact with your solution? So you would have a little sketch. If you have a sentence description and a sketch, that's perfect. Then, hey, you did it. You actually developed an AI concept improving the lives of millions of HR employees because they have help now from you with their checking the social media accounts of all the applicants lists. Okay, big congratulations.
Thank you.
And maybe we could have 2 or 3 people who could share, because I don't see what you've done. So that would be nice if some of you could share what you have done. Maybe you could just shout out on the chat, and then we could give you and share the screen.
Any volunteer? Do we have any volunteer to show what you have achieved? I think that Merche is really looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can share my experience. Maybe I share my screen?
Yeah, why not?
We cannot see anything.
No, I'm going to do that.
Yes, I'm super curious.
But I didn't sketch in the board, sorry. But I'm going to. Okay, sorry.
And Merche is a techie. So
Okay, can you see that?
yes, we do.
Okay. So my feeling here is the lack of experience about what the recruit people do. So why they are looking for in my social media. But anyway, I'm firstly, I think it is very powerful to understand what an artificial intelligence can do for me. So I start to select the cars with where the artificial intelligence can read the social media. So understand what happens in video, understand what's read and understand written tests, or understand what's happening in image. But finally, I select this last one about image, the other that is going to summarize or change tests. So I understand they can summarize the social media because previously they read them. And finally, recognize anomalies in match data. So we have a lot of data in social media, so maybe it's like an alert or something. So finally, the concept about, I think, is something that when the AI reads and look for everything, or identify the related data about the expertise with the candidate. If it's a match, give 5 points, for example. And by the other hand, if is, I don't know how to express a forbidden word or something like I don't want to find in soft skills, for example, some attitudes or something, rest some points. So finally, I imagine a dashboard like you saw, a list of candidates with some more points or less points that help you to prioritize the list of the candidates. Maybe. I don't know it's possible with that.
Thanks.
Okay.
Super cool.
Yeah.
No, very, very cool.
We have Izaskun has written something on the chat that maybe she would like to develop a bit more her idea. Izaskun, maybe.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry. Okay. Hi. Yeah. Maybe I can share it, but the main idea is that to use ID to just face recognize, like recognize images and try to match with the soft skills required in the position, for example. That's like the main idea. It's really difficult to identify soft skills or to try to match, but maybe it's just an option.
No, super cool. Yeah. Yes.
Very good. Anyone else would like to share with us the output?
Yeah, sure. I'll share out.
Yeah. Go on, Brian.
All right. Let me just get some screen sharing here.
Can you, or I can give you the.
That's fine. I can just talk through it. Everybody's seen the same boards. But what I see when I read our first section at the top, lots of CVs, lots of cover letters, massive amounts of data to read through. And then when we go into, reviewing like employee backgrounds, searching social media and things like that, it's even more data to process and to make sense of. And then finally getting down to that interview shortlist. One, we need to get to the list, and two, we're going to need to be able to again, process that data. So the three prioritized AI elements I pulled out were the AI's ability to read and understand written text, which I hope is a better, is an improvement on the current, I think, keyword searching and things like that that resumes go through. It's an automated process, but it's not as intelligent, I think, as it could be. And so then when we move on to looking at the social media, we can also use this to make matches. So I chose that AI matching function where it's connecting people and people with offerings, but we could also be relating people to each other. We might not be hiring one at a time. We could actually hire teams at a time. And then finally, at the end, where we create this video shortlist, I want an AI element that understands, of course, what happens in the videos, but also allows us to make, again, connections when running through that video interview data, recognizing, based on, flesh tone, facial expression, postures, things like that, more about the person than we're going to get from that written data. And in the end, we end up with a system that can hopefully better and more quickly analyze a bunch of data and then recognize connections between the employee or the candidates being interviewed, not only so that they can work well with the role that's being offered, but also with each other, because eventually we're going to put them all together as a team.
Super, super cool. Very cool.
We have amazing people here today. Oh my God. That's nice. Either that or either your process is actually working, Mike and Alex.
So very, very cool solutions.
Okay, so we do not have much time. We are supposed to go to the Q&A. So, but if anyone else would like to share his output, we are happy to listen. I believe that we still can hear someone else. I don't know if anyone else would like to share the output with us, since that they are quiet. Okay, so well, Idoia, so we can move to the Q&A, right, Mike?
I think there were some questions that were not, we can take some questions from the.
Yeah, we can come back to those questions that we didn't answer before. Let me find them.
About the Porsche one, no? Somebody
Yeah.
was in.
Yeah, Johnny was interested to know about what did you do for Porsche?
This is one of our biggest dilemmas, because a lot of clients want to have an NDA on projects, and I'm sure other companies or other consultancy companies fall into the same trap. So we're in a bit of a catch-22 with regards of exposing case studies for customers. Until it's made public, then we're allowed to do it. Yeah, but it's a great question. We get that asked all the time, and I wish we didn't have to sign so many NDAs.
It's a great client.
It's a great client. Okay.
It's a great client and a great car.
But at least you can tell us, did it work well? It was a big success. Were they super happy with the results?
It was very nice.
Yeah, look, we'll let you into another one, a classic one. We found out a couple of weeks ago that the Swedish military is using the AI Design Sprint for a top secret project.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently something to do with submarines, but beyond that, we weren't told anything else. So
Okay.
that's the level sometimes we get, or it's an NDA, and that's it.
Next time that you have to do the user test with Porsche, maybe you can call us. Because I will be happy to participate on the user test, especially if there is a car involved. Okay. Good. I believe that we have some other questions. Let me see.
Yeah, I think there was something like there was some curiosity about this robot AI.
Ulises was asking, how do you ensure the prototype will be viable later on?
Well, we need to bring in Sabina, who's our ex-Microsoft PhD data scientist that runs that whole process of prototyping. But it's a good question. This is why we have an important step in the whole process, which is a tech check, which will stop anything early and be able to do a loop at that point, rather before you go into a prototype. So yeah, how do you guarantee anything? You just have to put it as much into it in the phases as possible, and get as much alignment and backing behind the project as possible.
Yeah, maybe we can also say it's not only like technically, but it's also what we have. We have a mini sprint before that, because we would also like, we developed the large concept, and then the task is, okay, finding, so what's kind of the MVP or the first prototype. And the question is not only technically, but it's also the question is, what are the features needed to give the user enough or valuable, enough value. And so to find this, that's why we have a sprint, so we can look at the prototype also from the user's perspective, and not only from the tech perspective.
Great. I think that Brian also wanted to say something. Brian?
Oh, I was just following on from the question about prototype fidelity. When you engage most clients, are they looking for? Do you know what level of fidelity they're usually looking for? Like at the end of their sprint, do they want something that is a design ready to go into production, or is it more of an ideation process at this point, and then there's going to be additional efforts made to get from that design to some kind of an MVP?
Exactly. At the first part, it's what we do. So right after the sprint, so we have the sprint and the tech check. The first thing is that we develop an experience prototype. So that's not a technical prototype. The technical prototype comes then also later, but it's within those 2 weeks. And the experience prototype really has, the only function is, usually the team is very excited about the solution and goes back to the company and just wants to communicate what they've done. And so it just makes their concept tangible. And then later on, so that's really the first goal, is just really making it tangible, and for the team to be able to communicate it. And then later on, the technical prototype, of course, is really about, okay, does it work with, do we have the right algorithms? Does it work with the data and so on? Then it's more like does it really work technically?
We have another question from Roxana Holm that I shared the same question. I was also wondering why 9 categories and 64 cards?
Yeah, it's not a magic number, or I don't know.
Exactly. No, it's because there is, I guess that there is some investigation and some research behind, not to get to that number.
So what we've done is like it was really a long process. So what we've done is we gathered all cases, all AI cases. So imagine if you would nearly like just go on the internet and Google and find all AI cases, and then structure them and group them. And we found, and then what we always wanted is it has to be understandable for people who have not a technical background. So the language on the front is very written for normal people, and also the categories also formulated in that way. So it's actually, if you would, so these categories are not technical categories. It's more from the point of what can you do with this AI, and more from and also from a perspective of a regular person, like formulated in a way in a way a normal person would understand it. So it's not a technical category.
Yeah, but that means that as we can see, the technology is being developed super fast, and we can see new user cases almost every day. So it means that you have to review your the number of cards and sometimes merge them, or or increase the number of them, or
exactly. Yeah. So even like the version we have right now, the version before looked very different. We had different categories, so that sometimes it is, yes, the categories are changing, and definitely the cases. So yes, so we are constantly updating the cards.
This is why we like digital cards better than printed cards.
That's a good
no,
point.
but you're right. It's constantly changing, and it's in each category.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, guys, I think it's 8 now. I guess people, I hate to borrow like more minutes from people than promised. But Marcos, what do you think? We can do like an extra.
We have one more question there, so we can
go for
ask it.
Okay.
Because,
I could see it in your face. Okay, let's go for it.
Well, now we have 2 questions. Well, I will go first for the one that was there before. It's a simple one from Johnny. He's asking if you have that. He says that it's happening too fast for me. So maybe the example was too fast. So he's asking if there is any place where he can find some basic information for beginners to learn a bit more, or to have the time to read more, or maybe you have videos on YouTube. I don't know where.
I think the best thing is maybe to just reach out to us, and then we can, because of course, so usually when we do AI design sprints, I would also see the participants, even if it's digitally. So that was right now not the case, and of course that's then a little bit difficult sometimes.
This
so
has been a common reaction, Mike. I also received like more direct messages on that direction, like saying, hey, this is going fast.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm really interested. How can I get like basic information to digest on my own speed? Like where can I get it from?
Yeah, in a session like this or after now. Oh, I know, Alex, what would you say? Just
it's a work in progress.
Just contact us. So yes, so maybe next time we need to do it a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's tricky to know who comes in. If people have had design sprint backgrounds or sprint backgrounds, they get it really quickly. If people haven't never experienced a sprint in their organization, they have a second layer or step to get through. Yeah, if you get it fast or you don't get it. And as Mike's saying, anybody that needs more clarity, please feel free to reach out and we could do a one-on-one or something.
Wow. Yeah, and sometimes it's all like that, like just technically, because of course this is not Miro, but another platform. And I also see it in the chat that some had like difficulty maybe reading the cards because it was blurry, and then maybe it's just a matter of internet connection. Usually you zoom in and then it would load, but I think have failed there.
This is it. It's not just about process. It's also about getting your hands on with a piece of tech, and there's lots of different platforms to work on. I mean, currently right now we're working with Brian trying to get Sprintbase up and running with this, which I think could be great. I mean, it would be a platform that we could use across everything if we could get it right. So there's new platforms developing, there's others, and it's sprint experience, it's tech experience, there's a learning. Yeah, you need more time to read the cards, or I need more time to get used to this. And obviously when we were running sprints, we would have a pre-session where people had time to go through all the AI technologies, time to go through the cards. We have a tech check with them that's at a personal people level, so that when you come into a sprint, you're much more ready for it. This is a bit quick and hands-on, and it is a quick dirty taster of what it's about.
It was a very fast taster.
Yeah.
but just like really like we are super relaxed and super happy, like just reach out to us, and we could also just have like with anyone a one-on-one little session, or show more the cards or the tool.
I mean, yeah, it's tricky because
super welcome.
We have this big overview with different modules that come from a leadership and down, opportunity mapping, and each one is built into different sections. So giving a taster of the whole thing is very difficult. And yeah, every time we do it, we learn a little bit new. And I think that we're all in a new era right now and all trying to learn new stuff. So good to get feedback for good and for bad, for sure.
But that's cool because you got to grab people's attention and interest. So they are more asking into, is there a train the trainer kind of course? Is there like a tool set to run it by myself? So that's a positive thing,
Yeah. I mean, also, to answer some of these questions, we're in the process of messing our website around to try and get a little bit more detail up on there. It's been an Achilles heel, but we'll get there soon. So bear with us, please. But train the trainer, no, all training goes through 33A. That's it. There's no train the trainer.
Yeah, but basically, but overall, so our mission is, so we feel this is actually the right way to approach AI. And so we would like that every AI project out there is run with an AI design sprint. So we would like to enable really everyone to run it. And it's just a matter of course, yes, this not train the trainer. Of course, we would like that when we train them, we really know that they can actually do it, to just ensure a little bit the quality.
Okay, guys. So that was it, isn't it? It's 8:05. I think we can leave it here by now, but we can, come with a renewed session with all this feedback in some time, and we can run a new one. I would love to do that. So
you have new cards, maybe we can have another session.
Yes.
So yes. Thank you to everybody to share your evening with us, because we know how private those evenings are, how many things we have to do. So thank you for choosing us, and
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks everyone joining.
Thank you, everybody.
Feel free to search for us on LinkedIn and connect, and let's keep in touch.